And we're back.
We are.
What the fuck is happening?
That's a big question.
Right?
That's a big question. How long has it been?
It's been, damn, over a year, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, a year, and now we're in a new time spot.
Yeah.
Um, if you'll share the link, and I got folks blowing me up, and I don't see that we have anyone watching yet.
Yep, I will get that
So,
to you now.
where's my messenger going here? I swiped it away.
Uh, right here.
Well, we're excited to be back on things.
That we are, and that is currently the only place that we are.
Yeah, we're just kind of hiding out here for a minute.
Going
Not
back to
really
our
hiding.
going back to our roots a little bit.
Yeah, just getting back to the basics, I would say.
got to
Um,
got so caught up in the details, and you know, it's nice to be back.
yeah, and keep it simple. We're going to do the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Sorry, my nose itched, and it was not going to
No
be very
problem.
ladylike.
So this is a brand new time zone for us.
Yes,
Um,
it's.
we need to update the F bomb counter, and
Oh
I'll
yeah.
just go ahead and throw the next fuck. How in the fuck has everybody been?
So how
Um,
many is that? Is that
then
for?
we're at three. We're
We're at
at
three.
three minutes, three F bombs.
Nice.
We're rolling right along now. So that was one of the things that people had said that I get messages about. Oh, I've missed that. So um, we kind of tossed ideas around. What show would we bring back? Would we bring back a new show? Would we rehash an old show? Would we go back to our original? I don't even remember what the original show was now.
It
Um,
was Alabama Skeleton Key.
yeah, Alabama Skeleton Key, yeah. And then it evolved to Unlocked and Uncensored, and that seemed to be that hit. Now we
That
did,
was our niche.
yeah,
We did
Witchy
talk
Whim.
again. Yeah, Witchy
Witchy
Wham.
Whims did well, so we kind of traded time zones, Witchy Whims and Unlocked
And
and
basically,
Uncensored.
we're gonna do. We might do any of all of those shows. Stuff from any of them. We're just gonna do us,
Yeah,
like we
just be
did in the
us.
beginning.
Yeah, just us. So, a year has gone by.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in a year.
Yes.
Uh, what has Jess been up to? Anything new and exciting?
I don't know about exciting.
Well,
There
you did
was
move. You got that
we did
move
move. We
done.
did move. And it is much nicer. The place we're in now is 4 bedrooms, and there's
Oh,
Sam.
Sam.
Uh, but
And we're
we
back.
got moved. Yes, now we're officially back. Um, but we got moved finally, and we have gotten really settled in. Things have been doing really well. The kids have switched. Instead of doing homeschool, we're doing an online public school that's done from home, and they're really thriving with that. Um, I had a mentee
Yeah,
B, a
you need
mental
to send
breakdown.
that. You need to send that information to my daughter, Jessie,
Okay,
because I think that might help her. The
it
online
has
public school,
it has
because
made it
now with the
so
new
much easier.
baby, she's
Mhm.
got her hands full.
True.
with the new baby. And if y'all think y'all see a toilet in the background, you
You
do.
do, because it would not be us if there was not some
No, no.
bullshittery.
Wouldn't
And
be Spirit.
so,
Wouldn't be Terry just unlocked and
yep,
uncensored.
yep. So
Um,
Terry is literally recording in the shitter.
yes, because see what's new with me. Well, we have cable lines. Finally, they told us that we would have it by the end of the summer. So
That's gonna be
here,
really nice.
here we are going into winter. The lines are laid. The lines are laid. I did see, I was walking the other day, well, it's been a couple weeks ago with the grandson, and the pond, the swamp I have out here. Out at the road, they've got probably a 10-foot section spray painted, and they've got drill equipment or something like that spray painted there on the road.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming that they're gonna have to come and like jackhammer some shit up there or something
Yeah,
to finish connecting. I don't know. But there is a box in my yard. One of them big gray thing, tower thingies. They
so
dug it. It looks like it's all laid in my yard. It looks like it's just about
they've just got to get it
connected.
connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that'll get done soon. So,
So, everybody, welcome to the first episode back unlocked and uncensored.
mhm,
Um, I guess officially season two or new beginning, however you want to look at it.
mhm.
We're glad to be back on things. Glad Jeremy has welcomed us back and allowed us to be unlocked and uncensored at this new time zone. I mean, I guess some places we're after 10, we're after 9 in our time zone.
Mhm.
I know we're kind of early in other time zones. But I guess what matters to things is we're on after 10, I think, in his time zone.
That is correct. I do believe, but I know that we are excited. We have a lot of plans that we have talked about, and kind of that's where we kind of wanted to go today, was just kind of letting you guys know kind of what's coming. I know we have talked a lot about we are going to pull things from all the different little shows that we had done and, make it a true just this is us.
Right, right. We'll of course have guests on sometimes,
Mhm.
depending on what our topic is, and
We
um,
might do
we'll
crafts.
go back to right doing the witchy crafts that we were doing, the witchy education that we were doing. Um, I've officially graduated witchcraft classes now. 5
Nice.
years it's taken. Well, I think a little bit longer with the COVID shutdown, and we had to do
Hmm.
online stuff, and there was waiting to be, we had to wait to meet to do ritual and stuff like that. But we are officially graduated. So thank you, Sam. It took a
Yes, I
long
have
time to
been.
get there.
I have been
And there was
okay.
times it was like, oh, I just
I was seeing where Sam had asked if I had been okay. Yes, I have been okay.
yeah,
I
she
took a
didn't.
big break from social media
Yes.
completely.
Yeah, and I believe you also got out of the snake and rat business, right?
I did. I did. I ended up getting out of the snake and rat business. There was just I was going through a really bad. We just call it a minty bee, a mental breakdown. We had a minty bee. We have new meds that we're on, and we're feeling better, and that is what matters.
Right, exactly, exactly. Sometimes I think we all do that. We overwhelm ourselves. We
Hmm.
we have the best intentions going into things, and then with life and kids and life and
Hmm.
A lot of these extra things get in the way, and they just create havoc. And at some point, you gotta have a breaking point, and you have to accept what you can and cannot do.
I think that my carpet shark is in the trash can.
My Snoop is probably terrorizing something somewhere, unless he got into the catnip box. We just
Oh,
have.
I owe him an apology. He is laying here on the floor like a good carpet shark. I'm just sitting over here talking bad about him.
Well, he said it wasn't him in the garbage; it's somebody else.
Nope. Yep. Yep.
So, what have you been up to, Sam? I know you and I kind of keep in touch. I know Sam did get a new vehicle finally. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So she's rolling. Um, she's
I
also
cannot empathize, but I can sympathize with
she
that.
is also struggling with menopause issues, and I've told her it's going to get better. It is going to get better. Um, it sucks for about 6 months, and then it will get better.
Oh, another question I actually wanted to ask you, Terry, that I thought other people might be wondering is, are you anything you're working on, you know, witchy at the moment or magically? Are you working on any rituals or anything right now?
Well, witchy wise, I've got a couple of friends that are going through some sicknesses and, just not feeling well. And I'm going to sit down and do some healing things for. I've been working, the barn that I worked at, they got moved and, been doing construction cleanup at their new house. Only took 18 months to get that built. Again, and they were promised, long, long ago that it would be done. So indeed, I've been helping them get unpacked, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but the situation there,
Yeah.
where, well, they have asked me if I could help maybe move that person along. They think that some of these construction clean or hang ups, and it's been like they had the floors laid and they had to, we had that freeze last winter. They had to redo all the floors completely in the house. The old house, where I'm talking about, you
Mm-hmm.
know, 2 weeks after the new owners got it, it burnt down.
Oh,
In the rebuild process,
that sounds like
the
something that's going on. Something
well,
is a
remember I told you my last walkthrough when everybody was moving out, how I suspected that he was there, and
mm,
Catherine was with me, and we
right.
asked, and 3 times we got a response. We
Mm.
got knocking, and this was after the day the movers had gotten everything out. I was the last one to walk through the house because I had gone down to the barn. They were looking for the blower, and I went up to the house looking for it. And all that was real emotional for me too, even though I didn't live there. The whole thing just touched me. Obviously, it was traumatic and all that stuff. They lost a family member there for and that's all I'll say about it. But um, after the construction started at the old house, just the roof fell in after a big rain. Apparently, the roofers had left some stuff on the roof. So the
Oh.
roof fell in and it flooded out all the new construction. So the family, I
We
don't know if
need to
you
go.
really
We need
remember
to go
much about
investigate
that.
that. Yeah, we need to investigate that.
I don't know if you remember much about they were very atheist, and he
Mm.
has asked me to do my thing and move on their loved one, which that
Oh,
really touched my soul. It kind of took me back for a minute, because I know their belief, and I was like, I'm kind of surprised you said that. And he said, well, I find it all fascinating. And then he and I had another moment the other day. It was just he and I, and his wife was not in the room. Because, of course, she's still very sensitive to that. And
yeah.
he said, I would like you to just let him know that it's time to move on.
Hmm.
And, of course, that was just like, whoa. I mean, to have someone that that they did not believe, in anything like
That's
that.
saying something.
Right. So they do feel like the problems that are going on with both of these houses, you know, they feel has something to do with this.
Mm. I definitely think we need to get out there then.
Right. Well, I don't know that, because I don't know the new owners at all.
Mm.
So I don't know how I
I mean,
would approach.
we could reach out. The worst they could do is say no.
Right, and that's kind of, what I thought that I would ask Mr. L, because I know that they do know, the new owners. Hey, Jeremy, how the fuck are you?
Oh, well, all right, we at 4. I think I missed one,
Well,
but we're gonna stick at 4.
no, I think we're at four. I think I've done pretty well tonight. So 17 minutes. We're at four.
That's not bad. That's not a bad rate. Not a bad rate. I think what I've been working on the most, I'm actually doing myself a little refresher on servitors. Going to be doing some work in that direction for some things that I need focus on.
hmm
So that's what I'm currently working on.
Well, now, if we want to get real deep, and I've been doing shadow work. And, for those that aren't familiar, aren't in the witchy world, or, don't really know what I mean when
I
I
don't.
say
I want to just.
shadow work.
I want to butt in first and just say right here, right off the bat, I hate shadow work. No, continue. It stresses me out.
Exactly. It is not shadow work is basically going back through everything
Everything, everything
everything in your life,
made an impression on your being in any way.
and dealing with it. If
Yeah.
for me, I'm writing it, like journaling it.
Right. Shadow
So
journaling.
right. So to actually do it for me, and to do it the right way, it's, I kind of start at the beginning where I could remember from, and
Hmm.
just start writing, like nobody's ever going to read it but you, because that's what shadow work is.
It's
It's
like dancing like nobody's watching.
right. And there's my Snoop screaming at the door. I'm probably going to have to let him in here in a second.
And
Um,
I think one thing that I read one time said write something every day. It doesn't matter what it is, but write
Hang
something
on,
every
I
day.
gotta let the Snoop in because he's screaming at the door.
Oh, that was another thing that happened. So we have twin cats. Uh,
This is
my,
Snoop
mine
Dogg.
is mine's in crackhead mode. My little guy, his name is actually Falcor, but I call him Jaws. His name he's deaf. as as a There is no sound going in. So
Well,
he just
Snoop hears. That's why he was at the bathroom door squalling, because he could hear me in here.
uh and it's funny because since he's deaf, he can't actually hear how loud he is. So when he gets to yowling, oh my god, he's so fucking loud. Oh, does my F bomb count?
Oh yes, your F bomb counts too. All fucks count. We give all fucks.
So that's
So
that.
anyway, shadow work. So for me, it's writing it down, and I can't do that everyday thing because for me, it's when you get to a point that you react, where you're snot bubble crying or, it fucks you up, you have to stop there and deal with it. You have to acknowledge whatever that trauma is, um, or it may not even be trauma. It could be something else. Um, you acknowledge it, you deal with it. A lot of it is in the beginning is doing a lot of inner child healing. And so I think, I've come to that point in my life that even magically you can get hung up and stuck where you can't go any farther
It's just,
until
it's so hard when you are someone like us who didn't have, like, your inner child has gone through horrible things. Mine has gone through some pretty horrible things. It's hard to heal them when they've been through so much
it
stuff.
it is. And I think it's, you know, I can't, I'm still, early in the beginning stages of it, so I can't tell you if it's healing, just acknowledging and, you know, reassuring that child that, you know, people may not have been there to protect you at that time, but that it's never going to happen again, you know.
True.
Um,
I can see that.
like I said, I can't tell you if it's healing yet because I'm still in the
You let me know.
beginning.
Is it healing or re-traumatizing?
I'm still in the beginning stages of it.
Yeah.
So, and then, I was working on it and, I had a lot of things happen and, just hadn't really had any in a long time, because that's something, you got to have. I don't want anybody walking in on me, when I'm in that trauma state of mind or that dark
Right.
state of mind or, whatever you want to call it. And y'all have to excuse the cat because, like now he's decided it's holding time.
That's how it is. I'm not sure where mine went. He was acting like a crackhead a minute ago.
So, and yes, Sam, he has gotten big. After his little episode after being neutered when we almost lost him, he's just taken off and grown since. He's a pain in my ass. He wants to get up and bite me like at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. He'll wake me up and get under the blanket. And then he
That's how
wants to start.
Falcor. Yep, that's how Falcor ended up being called Jaws because I'm telling you,
Yeah,
he is like he
I've
surfs
got
around
all
like
of
a
them.
carpet
If you can
shark,
see
eating your
them,
toes.
I got all these little bite marks on my arm. The little sucker.
Mm-hmm.
He
You get
usually
them
gets called
toes
little
though.
fucker. And I think that makes us up to 9 on the counter now.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, magically, that's, working on the shadow work so I can kind of be unstuck, and then, dealing with the thing with the old job, that situation. Then we have Graceland. It
Yes.
does not even look like the same place anymore. You
Mm,
will not recognize it. And we need to get over there because they're getting really close. And we need to get over
got
there and see what's up after dark. You
okay.
know, Lenny, for people who don't know, that's my husband. He still does not want to go over there. He does not want to be in there. He doesn't like the pool at all. And, he has his theory. Of course, I don't want to put that out there because that's another, you know, investigative point of view that we would wrap it all up at the end of the invest. But yeah, we are getting to a point where we're going to have to wrap that investigation up.
Hmm.
Um,
So we can get the cleansing done and, like, have it ready for them to move in.
right, right. But I mean, yeah, it's amazing. It's got new appliances, new counters. Um, I'm sure the den is probably completely painted now. The other day when I was over there, they were working on that. Um, the dining room, the entrance way, there's brand new front doors, so all that trauma that was at that front door is gone.
Thank God.
Brand new back door on it. I mean, it's it's not completely different because it's still Graceland, but it's definitely an updated, nicer version of Graceland.
Well, I would absolutely love to get back in there again.
Yeah, we haven't been in there in so now. We did, Kathy and I. My friend Kathy. She's kind of trained with me in the beginning team that I trained with. Um, she went with me. There was a guy that I was outdoor dashing, and I had my Spirit shirt on, and he asked me if I was part of Spirit, and I was like, "We, yeah, I'm the founder,
Oh yeah.
investigator." I'm investigator, founder, yeah, and he said, oh, I've been looking to go join a team. And so anyway, he filled out the paperwork to join the team and, the application and we went and met him. And, I mean, it went okay, but, a lot of people go in Graceland and, someone recently also who hadn't really investigated it, she's just gone in there. They have all these theories and there's speculations and, oh, I don't feel nothing, bad, but, well, you know, we know, and we've had enough other people in there, the people that aren't even part of the team, have come in there and they've all had experiences. Some people, or sometimes it's not as active as it is other times. Um, that male heavy presence, I don't think he just went away. I have felt for probably about a year and a half now that he's just been kind of hiding out for some reason. It's almost kind of scary, you know, when you think about why is he hiding, what is he doing? Is he just up there building up energy? So um yes, that old piece Sam is still there. Nobody's bought it yet, and I think they've decided once they get the flooring down, if and it hadn't gone yet, they're just going to put it back in the dining room.
Sorry about
So
that.
no, you're fine. So I don't know if you could still hear me, talking about all that with Graceland, and I mean, the male energy that I'm talking about that's there. You're muted, I think. There
I
you
love
are.
when they do that. I think the male energy. You remember the first investigation that we did,
Oh
that I
yeah,
did with you, when
yeah,
we were out around that pool,
yeah.
and it was like we were on live and everything, and it was just like flat out answers to all of our questions.
Well, and remember, well, the first time when we were all over there, during COVID shutdown, and we all kind of went, remember Dakota
Mm-hmm.
and M&O and the night when I scared the crap out of everybody, Jesse, that thing upstairs, you know,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was it just leave. I think it was just said just leave when Jesse plowed over 11 people in that
Leave now.
pathway.
It was
Leave
leave now.
now. Yeah,
Which is a
and
little, that's a different statement than please leave.
yeah, and and he's done that now a couple of different times. That night with me and M&O, when just the three of us were there, we were going down, the right wing, and that we felt that rush come over us, and I turned on the SB7 box, and it said "Leave now" or "Just leave," or and I was like, I remember my response to him was, well, as a matter of fact, we are on our way out the door now, but I want you to know it's not because of you. It's because O's got to work tomorrow. and we ain't got time to mess with you, but we will be back. And,
You're not our priority.
right, right. And of course, I know you and I and whoever else has been over there since that happened, we've
Mm-hmm.
been back in there. But, the the night I want to say, and I'm not holding anyone responsible, but well, I guess I really don't want to call their name out, but you know who I'm talking about, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
When they came in, it's like he's been hiding ever since.
Yep, I agree.
So it's like, what caused that? Why is he doing that?
I
You
don't know.
know, is he building energy? Is he hibernating? Is he sleeping? I mean,
Right.
it's, it's kind of, I don't think he just disappeared.
Right. I'm
Even
raising
though
an eye.
several other
Like
people
I'm
have
raising
said,
an eyebrow at that.
yeah, even though several other people have said, well, I don't feel anything malevolent here.
Okay. Neither did we till he popped out.
Yeah. And I guess maybe that's where I'm at. Maybe he is gone. Maybe he has moved on. But I just don't. Now, that guy that we interviewed, he kind of did a thing and he said he had moved on any spirits that were there. I don't know.
Hmm. We've had our
Um,
discussion about that.
right. And, I've had a couple of other people tell me that, well, they think that they can just think something like that away.
Hmm. And there are some things that can be done by
Maybe
manifestation alone.
so.
I'm not saying that there's not things that manifestation alone can do, but mm, that was a bit of a reach.
Yeah, and I think even if you are doing like this situation, with my old employment,
Hmm.
what I'm really kind of thinking is that we will have to probably do something remotely because I don't
Hmm.
know if the elves, really want to like put their business out there to the new owners
Right.
that hey, I'm sending spirit,
Right.
in to do this. Um, so I'm thinking, but my best friend Elizabeth, who died, we think she was kind of stuck, for about 15 years, and I kind of did a remote thing with
Mhm.
her. It was about almost to the day, 15
Well,
years to.
there's a really big community of witches and pagans and um, paranormal teams that have more of a mystical leaning. There's a lot bigger of a community online than you think who do remote things like that.
Right, right.
And
Well,
I mean, yeah.
I think I can get pretty close. I think I can kind of like what I did with Elizabeth,
Hmm.
I pretty much talked to her all day that day, like she was, here with me, and then drove over to her house, and I can drive over, I can go to that driveway over there, without being known what I'm doing. If I could talk to him enough and it's weird because today I was thinking about the first time I met him and what he had said to me, and it was kind of coming back to me like he was here with me. Because I've been focused on him a lot,
Mhm.
so I'm thinking if I can make a deep enough connection with him and then do like the same thing I did with Liz, get in the truck. When I get there, get in the truck with me so I can take you. I mean, and we've done that, in cleansing with spirit, with the Native Americans and, you know, taking them to the grits mill or, places where we think they'll be happy.
Yeah.
So I think that, there may be, something like that. And so I mean, I'm not saying that things can't be remotely, but what I am saying about Graceland is whatever there is there. I don't think was ever human. I don't think ever lived,
No.
on this earth.
Nope.
So I think we're dealing with, a completely different animal there. And hopefully it's one that, we can handle, or we'll have to bring in some big dogs. I want y'all to look at this cat is sleeping in my hands like this.
I'm
This
telling you, they're crazy. Both of
they
them.
really are. If I'm not doing anything, he wants nothing to do with me. Now that I'm doing something, oh, let me lay in your hands.
Yep. Let me sit on your
Yeah,
phone. Let me sit on your tablet, your keyboard.
yeah, they are definitely odd little cats. So I do have nothing spiritual, nothing paranormal. Thursday, I will be doing a Grinch appearance at
Ah,
Alicia's coffee shop in Vincent, downtown Vincent, Alabama. Grinch will be there for folks to come and get their selfies with or whatever. And it's the last day of school for Vincent. So she,
okay.
every day at 3 o'clock when the kids go by, the owner of the shop goes out there with her little pom poms and she cheers the school buses when they go by.
That's
So
cute.
she's a real sweet lady, and I said, you know what? Grinch can come up and make an appearance. Their last day of school and be out there and cheer with you, even though Grinch isn't real cheery.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he's relatable though.
right, right, he is in a Santa suit, So hey, um, and then Saturday. This is the coolest thing, and I'm so excited to be a part of this. I wanted to do it last year, but because of the, whole rebuilding, well, I don't know if the whole world knows about it or not. I had to have breast reconstruction yet again, but so it kind of canceled me out of my fall and winter plans last year. So I didn't get to do it last year, but this year I'm going to be part of the Krampus Loft. And I know I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's basically a Krampus and his henchmen kind of parade ritual at the Cahaba Brewing Company Saturday from 3 to 5. And it is kid friendly, we'll be handing out lumps of coal and switches and, taking the bad kids to hell, all those things that Krampus and his henchmen do. So that's really cool, and I'm excited to be doing that.
So I was thinking, when we had discussed about the things that we were going to do on the show and everything, and I wanted to bring something that usually, anytime I see anybody who does these, it always brings some laughter, but I want to make it a witchy twist. Have you seen those videos where they read the Am I the Asshole stories?
No.
Okay, there's a subreddit called Am I the Asshole? And you can write down your whole situation And then at the end, you can ask, so am I the asshole in this situation? And then the world gets to tell you whether you are or not. I have a witchy, am I the asshole? And I thought I would read that for everyone and
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
to
Let's
react
hear.
to. Okay.
Let's hear.
It starts off strong. Am I the asshole for throwing out my daughter's witchcraft book? Yes.
Yes, you are.
This happened about 12 years ago when my daughter, Sally, was 10, but I wonder if I'm still the asshole. When Sally was in elementary school, she became interested in witchcraft. She and her old friends at elementary school went through this short phase of interest in witchcraft when some specific witchcraft book came out. Apparently, it was like navy blue and had like a big opal on the cover or something. And she doesn't remember the title, but she remembers one of the other kids' parents telling her that it was witchcraft based. So during a play date, she noticed her kid was looking at it, all interested. So she sat her down and told her that under no circumstances was she to read this book or buy it or bring it into their home because they are strictly, do you want to guess what religion they are? Strictly
Baptist.
Roman Catholic.
Oh,
Yep.
big
And
man.
yeah, she says she would not tolerate this. So sure enough, the elementary school had a book fair and she bought the book because she was 10 and that's just what kids do.
Right.
So apparently many parents bought their kids this book, um, which was astounding because they're a predominantly Catholic neighborhood. Hello,
Hi,
Allison,
Allison. Welcome to
Connecticut.
the show.
Um, so the mom ended up finding the book, and she was pissed. So she took it from the bedroom, threw it away. That was when Sally was still in school. When she came home, I asked her where she got it, and she told the truth. But apparently, the boy that she liked, he helped her get the book. So now she wonders if it was that appeared to end the witchcraft phase. So she's wondering if it was the right decision to do this because now Sally's an atheist who hates Roman Catholicism. So do you think she's the asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This is what
Yeah.
happened.
If the kid's old enough to read the book and then what they spend their own money or money you gave them to buy the book. I mean, unless it's beyond their, if we're talking into porn, something like that, then maybe yeah, you step in. But in what I know about witchcraft, the books I have read about witchcraft, there's nothing bad. There's nothing that would even lead them away from
Well,
Christianity.
and it seems more like it was less a book about witchcraft and it was more of a fiction fantasy novel it had magic in it. Kind of
Right.
like the craze when
Harry
Harry Potter
Potter or
came
something
out.
like
Right.
that. Right.
Exactly.
Well, I know, let's see, how much time we have like 15 minutes left. So while we're on this about am I an asshole or not, um, what do you think about this book ban happening in some of our southern states, that we're so proudly from? I mean, The Wizard of Oz, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get technical, if you start going through all the things that have things that Christians probably shouldn't like, it would be a very small
I mean, have you seen the
library.
reasoning behind why they banned The Wizard of Oz?
Hey, Joanne, it's wonderful to see you too.
Hey, Joanne, great to see you too.
We're talking
Um,
about the reactions that the Christian community has to fantasy novels or novels with magic in them.
right. Well, from my understanding, The Wizard of Oz has been banned because they're women of power.
That's
And
yeah, you get to see that too. I mean, honestly, I don't know how many of our viewers, how many they overlap with true crime, but I don't know if you have seen the number, particularly in the Utah area, of like family annihilators.
still,
And it's just, whew. Yeah, they are. You're right, Allison. They're afraid of what they don't understand. Things are just insane.
right, and Charlotte's Web.
I don't.
Charlotte's Web. A freaking spider and a pig.
Yep.
Because it deals with death. Well, I mean, yes, as a child, I was fucking traumatized. And go ahead and throw that 10 up there. Make it
Yep.
11. Fucking traumatized over
So,
Charlotte dying. But that also taught me
hmm,
as a child,
about
that that's
death,
what female
cycle of life.
spiders do. Female spiders lay eggs, their babies hatch and they die. you know. So I learned that there. And I
Yeah.
also learned that about fictional characters, you know, that spiders really don't talk, pigs really don't talk. I mean, I knew all that, you know. So all that is part of kids and their imagination, and we take all this away from them and limit them and make
That's
them
how
read
they
only.
learn the
Right,
difference between fantasy and reality. You can't just give them the reality. You want to give them the fantasy too.
exactly. And so many people are soaked into social media and video games and TV and stuff. If they want to read a fucking book, let them read the book. Who cares what it is? You know,
My
they'll
son
read
is
in the
an anime
book.
kid. He loves anime and manga. You know what? That's okay. I buy him what he wants to read.
Oh man, they'd bring back the witch hangings if they could.
You're right. That is so fucking stupid.
And I think we're on 13 now when you add ours, and so let's get that.
Yep.
Lucky 13 up there.
Nice. I doubt we'll make it to the end of the show with just 13, though.
No, because yeah, we're getting in these heated
Yeah,
subjects here.
we are.
You
We
know,
are. We're getting to them heated subjects.
and Joanne, I mean, the witch hangings, and of course, um, my neighbors too. I mean, and that's some real shit that I'm kind of concerned about, and what the world is becoming. All these hate crimes, and it's just unreal. It's every day, and just we're a minority. Again, we're putting ourselves out here to the world as, witches that live in the South. Right now, that could be a dangerous thing for us, because, yeah, we don't stand for the same things. We're not
Right.
about, uh, we said let the children read what they want to read. If they want to read Charlotte's Web, let them read it, you know. Um,
I
now
don't think
there's
I don't think books should be banned. I think that knowledge should be. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, yeah, there's ways that of course, you want to keep it age appropriate and make sure that knowledge is given at the correct stages of life. But I think that knowledge, all books, fiction, nonfiction, it doesn't matter. I don't think books should be banned because at some point they existed for a reason.
right, right,
Yes,
and
exactly. Love and light.
right. Love and light, and we should have empathy, and compassion. There's so much hate in the world right now. There's so much mudslinging, and that had a lot to do with, I know why Jess took a break from social media, why it just didn't become that important to me anymore because it's not, there was just so much hate and
Hmm.
just, and it's just everywhere. And if people just need to step back and pay attention and let's all understand that we're all different. We all don't have to agree on the same thing politically or spiritually or any other thing, but still have compassion and empathy and have an open mind. Anybody that knows me knows how I feel politically. And of course, I promised Jeremy we would not do that on the Things Network.
Oh,
Um,
oh, and we are actually not allowed to discuss that particular topic, Joanne. That is currently
yeah,
a big
that's,
no. So on YouTube, they do not approve of that. So we have to.
that could be a sidebar chat, Joanne, that we could have, at another time. Um,
Maybe we can invite a few viewers backstage after we're not live anymore.
oh,
No,
no, no,
you're okay.
it's fine.
That
We
I'm
just,
actually glad you mentioned it because I had forgotten to mention that we were not able to talk about it. So I'm actually glad you mentioned it.
yeah, we are unlocked and uncensored, but because of the false information that was spread about things, I think, YouTube and a lot of other social media platforms are just, flagging anything that comes up about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and in all honesty, just like in politics and spiritually, and, do our opinions matter anyway? No. Not really.
We're
You
not
know,
just on Facebook, actually, Sam. This does get uploaded to the Things Network YouTube, so we have to think about that.
yeah, yeah. Jeremy
So,
uploads this on several platforms now. I'm
yep.
not sure everywhere he does, but he's got several things running, and we don't want to do anything to get him in trouble
No, no,
or
no.
us in trouble.
Especially not on day one.
Right. I mean, we're bad
Like,
enough just being us anyway, and
yeah.
so we can keep ourselves, you know, away from that one topic that's going to get us in trouble. We can stay away from that.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it anyways. Stresses me out.
Yeah, well, I can
But,
say I've had it, and it was a motherfucker.
yeah.
Does
Well,
motherfucker count as a f bomb?
yep. Me too. You had to go and you had to ruin that 13. I'm disappointed in you.
Well, we said we wouldn't make it to the end of the show
That's
with
true.
13.
But I think we'll actually go ahead and wrap up just a little early tonight with it being our first night, just so we can make sure
Yeah, I
that
mean
the next show has
it's
plenty
not
of
that.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
getting close.
Yeah, and yeah, we have a show after us, so yeah, we want to be courteous and think about them. So y'all stay tuned. I think it's
Yes, I believe so.
Ghost Box live after us, and I do believe Greg has a guest tonight. So y'all stay tuned and
And
watch out
we'll
for
see
Greg.
you, and we'll see you next week at the same time.
And I think next week we're probably going to talk about Yule, aren't we?
Yes, we're gonna look at some things about you all.
Yes, and so um, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for welcoming. I can't even say it.
Welcoming us back.
Thank you. The warm welcome back. I'm tongue twisted. And Snoop Dogg, thanks y'all. Obviously, he joined the show tonight. Felt like he had to be part of it. So we appreciate everybody being here, and we'll see y'all next Monday night.